Hey, welcome to you and welcome to your reading. All right, so I am so happy to be back and back online and doing these readings. It has been a very long week for me in trying to discover the nature of the interference that was coming up for this collective as well as for me personally. So I had to do a lot of healing work this last week, and I am feeling really good with that work and feeling like I've been able to recalibrate a bit and kind of go through my own portion of my own healing journey in a way that I could kind of help guide you as well. So I'm very happy and very excited for that. All right, but if you're new here, welcome to you. We're gonna go ahead and dive into this energy in just a moment. I have set a spiritual quarantine for this reading, which for those of you who are spiritually sensitive, you will notice that quarantine will come down at the end of this reading, and that is in place to support with delivering a message of the highest light and love to you all, so that way I can deliver these messages very cleanly. All right. So I have a lot coming in from Spirit right now. I do have a set of tarot cards or oracle cards on my tarot table here. So we're gonna pull a theme and kind of dive into this message even more today. But they're sending through a couple other phrases and words and things. So I kind of want to start off by giving those to you. But the first thing that they said when I opened up into your energy was, when the clock strikes 12. And that's all they're saying. When the clock strikes 12, and that's phrased specifically. And there's something here they're saying around the numbers 1 and 2, those numbers being angel numbers. So the 1 typically represents, as an angel number, it represents new beginning. So that's coming through really strongly here. And the 2 usually represents balance. So there's something here around a harmony, there's a harmony, there's a peace coming through here, related to a new beginning that you want to have, or one that is trying to find you perhaps. Yes, this could be happening in any area of your life. It doesn't have to be overall like a reboot. This could be a specific section or dimension of your life or an aspect of your life that you are seeing some sort of it's almost like a turnover type of energy, or something that's turning over as if it's new. So when the clock strikes 12, so that's coming through. The other thing they're sending through is an image. So they're showing me next, as I was kind of meditating on the 1 and 2 energy, they're showing me the image of waves on a shore. This could be a beach, it could be a lake, but they're showing waves very gently coming up the shore, and it's very peaceful and calm. There's something very peaceful about this energy, and it feels connected into that kind of when the clock strikes 12 message. So it's almost like that's actually what comes in, the waves lapping very gently on the shore. Yes, so that's part of it. Then they showed me another image, and this feels really specific to someone here, so this is not for everyone, but they showed me then a very quick flash of a book that I think you saw either in passing, or one that may have been sitting on your bookshelf for a while that you've been wanting to pick up or to start reading again. Yes, it's almost like this is some encouragement from Spirit. This is also confirmation this is your reading. Okay, so that was a specific for someone here. Okay, and then for everyone else, they have another section of this message saying, as they're showing this kind of waves, the waves on this shore, they're saying, a life to live by, a life to love. Have you found that yet? And what's stopping you? What's stopping you? Okay, so it feels like that's something they want you to explore. They want you to investigate that more. If you don't have the sort of peaceful, when the clock strikes 12 kind of energy that you've been looking for, the 1 and 2, the balance, the new beginning, They're saying here, yeah, if you haven't found that yet, what's stopping you? Okay. All right, so let's go deeper into this. I do have, again, these oracle cards, so I'm going to pull from that. I do want to see spirit as well. So let's grab one of these cards, and I want to see what's going well for you within this energy, and then we'll move deeper into the message. So let's see here. Spirit, what card? Oh, that was fast. Interesting. Okay, yeah, this is aligning actually with some of the energy that I'm catching with that sort of like the waves coming in. Yeah, so it says mint, it says abundance, it says persistence, it says proliferation. So the word that's coming through here really strongly is the persistence bit, as well as the abundance. There's something like very satisfying about this scene by the shore. Again, it's peaceful, it's calm, it's harmonized, it's balanced. These are all things you want, okay? And I feel like it's also linking in again with the mint here. It's almost like they're showing me the mint almost as if it were growing next to the shore here. It's like in the same energy, okay? And they're saying here, it doesn't have to be something big, okay? This could be, like I said, they keep saying it may be something small. Maybe this peaceful kind of environment you want to come into. It doesn't have to be extravagant, is what I'm hearing. But there's some part of you that wants this. And they're saying with the persistence, that you need to persist into this energy and going after it, actually, if that's something you want. They are saying that there's an openness to you receiving it, but it's almost like, for instance, they're saying something here around the fish. Again, the fish is almost in this water that I'm seeing now from this card. It's in the water that's, again, lapping up against the shore, but it's almost like, that's weird. They're giving like a Little Mermaid reference right now. It's like, it's almost like if Ariel were in this water, in this ocean, and if she wanted to go on land, like she had to persist into doing that for herself, into like reaching that goal. She wasn't passive about it. That's what they're saying, yes. So they're saying here, there's some sort of call for action. Hey, Tux. That's my dog. He's active right now, actively licking his paw. So he does that when I'm in this energy really deep. So, okay, so we're definitely in it. I feel like, yes, there's some sort of action that's needed here. Okay, so there's some sort of action that's needed here. And it's almost like if this were a passive wish or dream, or almost like the scene you're imagining yourself in, almost as if this were a part of your life you want to live. If you wanted to get, for someone, they're saying like a house by the lake, or this doesn't even have to be something big. Again, it could be anything, right? This is just another example coming through. They're saying that it's something you need to go after then, right? It's something you actually need to like actively work towards. There's an element here of like passivity isn't going to get you to that dream. Just wishing it and seeing it in your mind's eye isn't enough, actually. You have to transform and become the person who can step into this scene. Almost like how Ariel transforms when she then steps out of water onto land. Okay, so that feels like a very specific call out to Little Mermaid for someone here as well. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. So Spirit, then what's going well in this energy and for the collective? I always like to ask this to see what's going well. What's going well? They're saying a lot's going well. There's a lot of opportunity. You want this card? Page of Cups. Again, you see the water here? Yeah, you see the fish on this card too? Yes, this is coming through as opportunity. It's opportunity for you to have your dream, okay? So the cups connect into spirituality and tarot. it's coming through as like a dream you have, almost as if this is something you spend your time daydreaming about. It's coming through with like a Pisces energy, this card is right now. It's almost like how Pisces is just so imaginative. There's something around the like Neptunian energy connected into Pisces where it knows how to dream big, as well as the Jupiter energy. It knows how to dream big. Okay, they're also saying something about Jupiter just moving into Cancer. So again, a fellow water sign. Yeah, so this is all on time. It's all timely. But there's something here around like this time frame, astrologically also, is a good opportunity for you to start really deepening into those wishes you have and starting to move towards it. They're almost giving this as like, almost as if this person were Ariel, like walking on land now. Yeah, and like she, yeah, it's so interesting how this is coming through from spirit, but like almost like she always has this cup of water with the fish. It's almost like always with her. But again, it's like she had to set out on this journey to do it, even though it felt new, even though it felt maybe scary at times. Yeah, there's something around the pages in tarot really are like a new and fresh energy, and they're connecting it in with that number 1 that we talked about with the 12. Yes, so it's almost like for you to have this scene or dream that you're wishing for, it takes more than just actually making a wish. It actually takes you taking action, almost like when you walk on land like Ariel does, okay? Yes, it's yeah, there's some sort of action that's wanted here. But this is confirming that all of the wishes and dreams that you have spiritually, or that are being held in your spirit or being held by your soul, are absolutely possible. They wouldn't be there if it wasn't, okay? But it may require you making some waves in your own life. They're saying it will require that in order for you to have the calm and peace and the kind of that happiness, that level of contentment and satisfaction that you're craving. I'm seeing the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Cups in my mind's eye, that tarot card. Yeah. Okay. So that all feels here and possible. I really like that energy. They're saying right now, yeah, you're stopping yourself. You're stopping yourself. They're saying, what is stopping you? Why are you stuck? Like this person who is blindfolded and kind of bound here. But once again, this is an illusion. You're not actually stuck, okay? There may be things, people, places, or things that are making you feel like it, okay? But you're not actually stuck. The beauty of being human is that you actually have choice and you have agency. So if your choices have led you to where you are right now and it's not making you happy, that's okay. But it's also saying you can make a set of new choices. Each of these, as they're telling me, each of these swords is a new choice that you can make. It's a decision that you can make to go a different direction, to walk a different path, to almost try something new, because it's almost like this is coming through like a looping energy, almost like the way the ropes are looped around this person's hands, or the blindfold is like wrapped around or looped around their eyes here. It almost feels like you were telling yourself there is not another way out of this or another way to do this, whatever it is, whatever this represents. And again, this doesn't have to be on like a whole life shift. For some of you it is, but they're saying that whatever this thing is, now, however big or small, they're saying that change is possible here. But like anything else, just like they're showing me the Devil Tarot card in my mind's eye, it is an illusion that you can't get yourself out of this, or you can't go a different direction or take the blindfold off. In fact, they're saying your dream is actually here and possible as well. Okay, but some of it does require you taking some action to unbind yourself here somehow. Okay. What does that even mean? What does that mean, Spirit? Can we go deeper? Let's go deeper into this. Let's go deeper into this. They're saying something here around, because the swords in tarot really speak to thoughts and thinking, and communication is another thing they speak to. But it's almost like they're showing me the kind of what this person's wearing, like it's almost coming through again as like looping thoughts or thinking, or it's like you have certain thoughts or mental patterns that are looping, which is actually kind of what the Eight of Swords speaks to. It speaks to limiting beliefs, self-doubt. It can speak to insecurities. It's the things that are keeping you playing it small or keeping you from going after what you really want. So again, they really want you to explore that more in depth. It feels like we might be doing some of it here. Okay, but they are saying this is also a very personal journey as well. Okay, well, yeah, what else do you have to say around this? They're saying the bindings are tight. Too tight, actually. This card. And this one. Yeah, I knew we were getting this Fool card. I knew we were getting that, because this is coming in connected with that new beginning. So that's right, that's here, it's possible. And they have the Chariot, yeah. The Chariot. I was talking about Jupiter moving into Cancer, so this is confirming part of it because the Chariot connects into Cancer. This is a card for the Cancer astrological sign, okay, the zodiac sign. Okay, but it's almost like a couple of things coming through here. The Chariot also is one of the fastest moving cards in tarot. And Cancer is a cardinal sign, so it takes action. It knows how to move, okay? So that's actually how this is coming through, is like wanting you to take action to move towards what it is you want. It's interesting because I keep seeing these castles. You see this like castle in the background here, and there's like castles back here. Yeah, they keep showing that to me. For some of you, they keep saying it's a house. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter necessarily. That's very specific to someone here, and confirmation this is your reading. But there's really this like idea of like, if you take the blindfold off, then you'll see the castle. Then you can start like actually almost like either climbing this hill to get to the castle, or it's almost like the scenery is it's almost already here. It's just a matter of you, again, coming out of this self-limitation that you're placing yourself in. You're not doing it intentionally, but there are parts that are intentional here. Almost like you're telling yourself it just can't be done, or it's not possible, or here are the reasons why I can't have this. And Spirit's saying that, again, do you want a life that you love? Do you want a life you actually want to live by and stand by as well? You create your own storyline is what they're saying here. You create that. Again, that's what the Fool represents. The Fool goes out on the journey to create their own story. This is the archetype of Aries, and Aries is the first zodiac sign who sets out on a journey. So this is Spirit asking you, what is the adventure of your life? What is the stories you want your life to hold? Are you currently in that storyline? You always kind of are, okay? But wanting you to actually like set out on this adventure. Again, Aries takes action. Aries is the sign that starts action, okay? Again, another cardinal sign, okay? So there's a lot of encouragement with both of these cards. They're both cardinals, connected into cardinal zodiac signs, but it is talking about movement. These are also major arcana tarot cards, so it is talking about moving towards what your soul is calling you to do, ultimately, okay? On a much higher level. There's an energy here and a saying here of like, what they're saying is like, only you are the director of your life. Only you can make the choices that will lead to the metaphorical shore, the calm, the peace, the new beginning, the harmony, the balance. Whatever that happiness is that looks like for you, okay? Only you can make those choices though. And no one outside of you can do that for you. That's part of the limitation here. Also, no one can technically stop you either. Yes, they're trying to bring this in reverse. Again, there's some sort of like, I want to say illusion, but it's even bigger to that. It's almost like I don't know if it's systems of oppression or the programming that's out here that tells you like it's not possible. It's Spirit trying to tell you it is actually. It is possible. Everything is possible, really. But it's a matter of you really just going for it and kind of addressing some of the limitations. I don't know if it's partially like seeing some of the limitations that you're holding within your body of like, well, I'm not enough, or I don't have enough to be able to do this, or I won't be able to make it, or yeah, there's again some sort of lack in this thinking. Yeah, that Spirit really wants you to see through, and it's almost like the kind of ways to navigate out of this is to actually take action towards it. And as you take action towards it, you see it start to come into fruition. You start to see, actually, it is possible for me to do this, to move outside of this. It's almost like finding a balance between the light and the dark here. I see both of these dogs here. It's coming through as like light and dark, and acknowledging that will be here as well, and that's okay. Yes, so it's not going to be like easy necessarily, but it's not meant to be like incredibly difficult either. What the hardest part is surmounting your fears around this. That's the hardest part. And the ones that come up, addressing them and healing them. Yes, and giving them either the attention and love they need, but still moving forward anyways. Page of Cups. Okay. There's some sort of like, this is like coming in as like emotional attunement with yourself. Okay. So what else do you want to say about this, Spirit? So there's a wanting to take action. There's a possibility for the happiness and the sort of newness that's represented by the Fool here, and in some of the kind of cards that are coming out in this energy. But what else? What is this? What is the limitation? What else do you have to say? This card. Queen of Cups. Yeah, actually this is confirming what I was just saying. The Page of Cups. Yeah. Okay, so the confirming part of that. Oh, interesting. So they're saying here, there's something around like actually embarking on this journey towards this goal that you have, which is being represented by the sun here in this card a little bit, okay, as well as the rainbow that we're seeing here. Okay, it's coming through as like, with this Queen of Cups, it brings you into emotional mastery, going through this journey, where you realize that your feelings brought about by negative thoughts, okay, negative thoughts, aren't actually a representation of reality and what is possible for you. So actually embarking on this journey towards your goal, whatever it is that's represented here with this abundance mint card, the persistence and the effort and energy you put into this, part of the journey brings you into a level of emotional mastery you wouldn't have otherwise, which is represented by the Queen of Cups. I read the Queens as the highest form of the court cards in my matrifocal style of reading tarot. So it represents not only coming into emotional mastery, it actually represents attainment of the dream, almost like moving from the Page of Cups, starting out on the journey into the Queen. Yes, it's attainment of it. But the contentment you have at the end of this is much deeper to that, kind of like the cup being held at the heart of this person sitting in the throne here on this ocean shore, or this water shore that we're seeing here. There's a level, this is giving a lot of like Little Mermaid energy here. You see like kind of the, what is this, a clam throne? Like, okay, yeah. But they're saying here, it brings you into a level of deep emotional fulfillment because you went after it and you earned and worked for everything you have, okay? But it does require, like, because they just keep saying it, but it does require you actually going after it. They keep saying wishing will not get you to where you want to go. Having a wish and having a dream is part of it, absolutely. You have to have that feeling of what you're looking to have, to experience. Yes, that's definitely part of where you're navigating towards. I'm seeing the 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands in my mind's eye, those tarot cards, okay? You have to have that for this journey, but it does mean that while you're on it, you come into, again, a level of emotional mastery. They just keep saying that you wouldn't have otherwise, which means understanding that the thoughts and the thinking that you have is not a true representation of actual reality as it is. All of the limitations that you're experiencing are simply a result of the healing that has yet to be done. Any of the negativity you may be experiencing, okay? It actually is a reflection of what needs to be seen within you and what will need to be healed on this journey as you come into the waves on the shore, that experience you want to have, that fulfillment, okay? But it will feel deeply fulfilling to get to the other side. And again, they're doubling down with this energy. This is a deeply personal journey as well. For each one of you, it will be different. It will look different. It is unique. Like each person on these cards. There's actually a person on every single tarot card we've pulled. Okay. What else, Spirit? Do you want this deck? This one? Okay. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. So what else do they need to know to either kick off this journey or to know while on the journey? What do they need to know? What is the limitation? Anything? Look, the walking staff. Do you see how there's a pathway? This is actually what I was seeing in my mind's eye with the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. I was seeing this like almost like the wands were staffs, okay? And it's like there's a pathway here ultimately to your dream, which is at the top here. Okay, they're also showing me within this image, I don't think we're actually seeing it, but they're showing me in my mind's eye, like the shore is right down here. Yes. So they're saying, again, they're bringing out the walking staff to say the life you will love means you actually have to walk it. You have to walk it and become the person on each step of the journey who embodies the vision. Yes. They're being very clear here. This is for someone specific, but sitting at your desk with just the image as they're showing like a picture, like someone's like pinned to their desk. With just the image won't get you there. It requires you, again, walking staff, actually walking it with your own soul's wisdom, which is coming through with the walking staff, almost like you become wiser on the journey, but you actually have a wisdom within your soul. You are intended to walk this. You have what it takes, you have what it needs, what the journey requires in terms of your own spirit and inner fortitude. Okay, that's what they're saying. But they're also saying that part of this reading is meant to give you encouragement to just begin, just start, one step at a time. They're bringing in the song by Jordan Sparks, I think. Is it One Step at a Time? I think it's that one. Okay, maybe listen to that one for someone here. Okay. They're also saying here, it would be helpful for you to lean into your community, your friends, and others who can also support you at this time as well. Like, you're not, even though this journey is deeply personal to you, you're not meant to walk it alone. So there may be others who are also trying to get to either a similar destination or their own destinations, but you all can walk the journey together. Like, again, we're never really alone. Obviously, like, I'm here with you right now. I'm part of that support, okay? So, and, you know, all around, right? So I think what Spirit is trying to say here, you are supported, but it's important that you are also calling on the support that you need, getting together the maybe friends, family, people, resources you need, as well as other resources you may need for this journey. But they are saying you have everything you need is actually here. It's a matter of you taking the steps towards it. It's interesting, what they're showing me now is like, it's, okay, they're giving so many different examples today, so just bear with me here. Okay, but they're actually showing me almost as if like, this feels specific to someone. They're showing me a bunch of like Legos you play with, like Legos just kind of spread out on the floor. And it's almost like Spirit's saying you actually have all the pieces to build what you're looking for, what you want. You actually have all the pieces. It's just a matter of you taking the blindfold off. It's a matter of you actually starting to see it, and that the universe is always giving you the pieces to the puzzle of whatever it is that your soul wants to experience and to build here. Okay, so actually everything is here that you need to embark on this journey. It's a matter of if you can surmount your own fears around this for you to go after it, because it's almost like you are, yes, being held. It's almost like you have everything in this. I'm seeing it's almost like a fertile space. It's all here, but it's a matter of you, again, taking the blindfold off and seeing it and starting to actually work towards it itself. That's actually the requirement here. Spirit can't do that for you because, again, you have choice. So you have to choose each step, each decision along the way. There is nothing, and they're saying here, if anyone else tells you otherwise, that's not correct. Like, you have choice. What's important to know, and important to know about the path of light that your soul wants to walk, is that you have to choose each and every day, each and every step. That is the blessing of walking that particular path, versus one that you may have felt in some ways, I don't know if it's like forced into or felt like this is your only option, but Spirit's saying that's not it at all. You always have choice. And so again, what's yours going to be? What's stopping you? All right, so anything else, Spirit? Okay, we are going to pull a final oracle card in just a moment. I like to close out my readings with an oracle card. We're going to read from the guidebook, but I want to see if they have any other advice, recommendations, or any other messages to send through for you. What a journey. And it wouldn't be a journey if it wasn't the unknown. This is a part of it. It has to be. This is the unknown holds also the key to your happiness. It's actually on the other side of this. It's actually in this. They're showing the wrapping of the spirals of the universe into the center here. They're showing the owl as the wisdom that your soul holds, okay? They're also saying that this picture looks more intimidating than the actual journey might be, because it's coming from the fear that you are holding more importantly than anything. This is actually a pretty gentle image itself, with a tree, a landscape, an owl, and the patterns of the universe in the background. Okay, but they're saying here, everything you want is in that adventure, which is through the unknown. That's the path you're meant to walk, okay? But for those of you who feel like you must continue in the known path of the loops and the spirals of where you've been, that's okay too. There's no wrong answer here, okay? But they are saying it is absolutely possible for you to have what your heart most desires, but it does require you making that choice and continuing to choose it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab an oracle card in order to read from the guidebook for any final messages. Yeah, this is exactly it. When you walk through here, that's when you come to your dreams, okay? And I can tell you from my own experience. Okay. All right, so final message, Spirit. Final message for the collective here. Which one? Oh, wow. All right, so they gave you two. I don't know which one we're gonna read yet. Interesting. Okay, so they gave you this one. It says the child within. It says inner mother, innocence, gentleness, tenderness. Oh yes, so they're connecting this in with the Queen of Cups, almost like this is what you will have to do on the journey, is to tend to your inner child, just like the inner mother does. You develop your own inner mother, which this is the emotional mastery that comes with this journey. Okay, that's really strong. Okay, and they also wanted to send through very briefly this card. Healing is happening. It says, you're not broken. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. They're saying here, healing is happening, definitely partially through this reading, but will be happening throughout the journey. This is integral to the journey, that you will heal, and the journey will actually heal you, is what they're saying. Interesting. Yeah, they're saying the journey will help and heal you. So as you take each step on your path, and as you find the healing that needs to happen within you for the negativity that you may be experiencing, which is also connected in with the inner child who needs your attention, okay, and needs your presence, loving presence. They need healing, okay? They need your help. They need your holding, okay? As you walk through that, they're saying that this process is actually healing for you when you see that your worst fears and nightmares and insecurities actually don't come to pass. That actually, it is possible for you to live the dream that you want. So it actually becomes deeply healing to see that confirmed outside of you within the reality of your experience when you choose you. Yes. Okay, is there one you want to read more than the other? Okay, we're gonna read the child within. Yeah, because that one's really strong. Okay. Wow, that was a really deep message there. Okay, so let's read this one. We can be so hard on ourselves, expecting to heal according to a schedule and beating ourselves up when we make a mistake. The rose wants us to release all hardness from our bodies and all hurt from ourselves, to find a way to soften, To remember that no matter what has happened, is happening, or will happen, we're all innocent children of the stars and the earth. The flowers are here for us. They are safe. They are a safe, soft place to remember. They want you to nourish the child within. This is a card of gentle reassurance and compassion. It brings a message of gentle understanding and tenderness. It's reminding you to treat yourself like the innocent child that you are, to take your inner child and let them rest deeply in the soft petals of your heart. We all have a child within us who at some point went into exile because they were hurt or because the world didn't feel safe. And no matter how much we've grown, when we as adults are hurt or triggered, it's normal to regress to this age and feel overwhelmed by the original emotion. And while we can't change the past, what we can do is scoop up the child within and place them in the soft petals of the rose of our own heart. And the soul inquiry here is, how can you tenderly tend the child within? This is really beautiful because Spirit's showing me an image here of like the fears you have are connected to this inner child actually that needs your holding and needs healing, okay? And this inner child is the one who is holding these fears, the negativities, the doubts, the self-disbelief, as it were. Okay, and Spirit's saying this journey will confront you with the ways that you need to be a parent to the inner child or inner children that come up that are telling you that you are stuck and that this is the only way for you to do things and to be safe. Spirit is saying that actually, it may not seem like it, but the world is actually a safe place. There are safe places and safe spaces, and that is absolutely possible for you to have this dream and to feel safe too. Those things aren't mutually exclusive. In fact, they can and are and should be together. And that as you walk the journey, you will continue to feel more safety within yourself and continue to feel safe within the world, and that the world is actually a generous place. But it does require you to take those steps to start with one at a time. All right. So that is the message that Spirit has for you today. I hope this has been helpful for you. So a couple of things. If you are or would like some support with some of that inner child work, I do have an offering right now as a part of my business. It is called Compassionate Depossession. I have a little more information on that in the description box below, as well as on my website if you want to check that out, also in the description box below. But some of the work I do is somatic work and helping you to realign those connections and to actually heal somatically through movement of the body, to heal any of the inner trauma or also the negativity that some of these inner child parts are holding that may have taken hold in your life and are keeping you from living into your purpose as you should. So feel free to check that out again on my website. I have that in the description box below. I also have personal readings available right now if you'd like a personal reading for yourself, or if you'd like to be part of the Patreon subscription that I have. It's $12 a month, but I do a specific weekly reading for a much smaller group of people who are actively working on their healing journey and actively in their like pursuit of, actively in this energy, okay? So feel free to check that out. If you want to see the types of readings I'm doing, you can just check out the Patreon page below. But I hope this reading has been helpful for you. Feel free to give it a like if it has been, or also if this tarot channel is resonant for you, feel free to go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the collective. All right, well, it's been so great to get to channel this message for you, and I really appreciate you being here. The spiritual quarantine is going to come down now, but I'm wishing you a lot of just first moments and new beginnings and new steps and new choices and new directions for you to take upcoming. All right, I'll see you at our next reading. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.